fellow Metamaniacs, Mike the Pied Piper here, and I'm here with another Dragon Ball Super video, and today I want to talk to you guys about the SCRs for set 11, and my thoughts on what each SCR, what I think it's going to be an impact in the meta, and which one I personally think is going to go for the most money. So I'm going to get right into it with the 3 SCRs that have been revealed for set 11. And the first one that I want to go over, the first one that was revealed was Vegito Warrior from Another Dimension. And this is the SCR that is the Unison SCR. Ultimate Double Strike, permanent. This card can't attack if it has 3 or fewer markers on it. +1, you may place X cards from your energy in their owner's drop area. If you do, place X cards from your drop area into your energy and rest mode. And then +0 for a red, a blue, a green, and a yellow. You get to draw 3 cards. This card gets +15,000 power and triple attack for the turn. And your opponent can only activate counter skills 1 more time for the turn. I really do like this SCR. I really like this Unison. My problem is it really can't be searched out. I think it's going to be a really good Unison card to play early in the game, because it's going to take a lot of resources to take this SCR out, because it does have 25,000 power to it. So unless you're facing a green deck, which can remove a lot of markers, more likely than not, your opponent isn't going to attack this SCR unless they have a very powerful battle card out themselves. And if you play this early, they're not going to waste their resources on it. So that it's good in that aspect, except like the activate main for the red, blue, green, yellow. There's a lot of niche decks that this is going to be used with. Vegito comes to mind. Universe 7 comes to mind. Agents of Destruction could also use this, but predominantly they're going to use their Agent of Destruction SCR. So I do find that this is going to be kind of used in niche decks. Incredibly powerful. I just don't know if it's going to be meta breaking. Now, I could be wrong. Some of these decks, Universe 7 was saying they wanted a Unison card. Well, here it is. This right here's the Unison card for you guys. And the +1 does have an incredibly potent ability that it can set up your red, blue, green, and yellow into your energy area. I know Frieza, U7 Frieza, Golden Frieza, is really going to like this Unison SCR. Just because it's going to be extremely easy for you to set up that red, blue, green, yellow for the energy, which allows you not only to play this SCR, but also the U7 black cards that came out in I think it was Dragon Box 2, or one of the sets where you've got the one where you pay red, blue, green, yellow, and then you could use an extra effect with Goku and Vegeta. So that does tie well with those decks. But this one I do believe is going to be one of the cheaper SCRs in the set. The next SCR I want to go over is the SS4 Broly, the Great Destroyer. And this one has got a lot of people really excited, including myself. Ultimate Barrier Double Strike, activate main, choose 1 mono red Saiyan card with an original power of 35,000 in your battle area and place it in its owner's drop area. Place this card from play this card from your hand, then choose up to 1 of your mono red leader cards, and it gets +10,000 power until the start of your next turn. And then it has a permanent, an extremely powerful permanent, that all cards in your opponent's leader area, battle area, and combo area get -5,000 power / combo power. So, I mean, this card not only weakens your opponent's leader, it weakens them when it comes to combo power, comboing out of attacks. It weakens all of their battle cards in play. So, I mean, everything takes -5,000 power. Like, getting this card out, with this card out, is going to be a lot of trouble for your opponent really quick. And it has barriers, so it's not going to be very easy, not real easy to get rid of. Now, their key thing to keep in mind with this is it does say choose 1 mono red Saiyan card. So that does limit a lot of the cards that can be used to place this card in play. as of now, for set 11, which I did do kind of a search for in Dragon Ball, the decks, on the Dragon Ball website, the different cards that it can be used for. This is predominantly going to be used with Gogeta and Broly, because you have the Gogeta, the 8-drop, that is 35,000, which would allow you to play the Broly. You have obviously the Broly engine, which is the new engine coming out in set 11 when Broly actually swaps. So Broly has red swap to get up to the 6-drop and then finally get out the 8-drop. Then you have another SSB Gogeta Techniques Unchained. Again, this is just another Gogeta card that could be used in order to get out this Broly. And the last one is the 8-drop SSB Gogeta Fusion Onslaught, I believe. Yep, that is all of them. So right now, there's not too many cards that can get this Broly out. Because keep in mind, they do got to be mono red cards. Because I was already thinking, oh, hey, red blue cards. No, they got to be mono red cards. I see this leader more of having potential in the future as they release more mono red Saiyan cards with that 35,000 power, especially if there's one that can be cheated out very quickly. Right now, the big way to get this out as quickly as possible is obviously the Broly swap. But with this card being out, it is literally, like, I know they're not trying to make SCRs that are game-breaking to win the game, but if this card sticks out for very long, it's going to be game-breaking and it's going to win you the game, because it literally stops your opponent from comboing, or if they do, they're taking, like, minus 5,000 power on all of their combos. And, I mean, again, Ultimate Barrier, Double Strike, so a Double Strike for 40k. You stack this up with the Broly chain, you're just getting multiple double attacks out. This card is insanely good. I do think that this one is going to go for quite a bit. I don't know if I'm going to say it's the most expensive, though, which gets me into the final SCR that was revealed for the set. And this one, there's a lot of controversy surrounding it. There's a lot of people that really, really like this SCR, and then you've got the camp of people who really, really think this SCR is underwhelming and not that good. So first, let's get into the SCR and why I think I like it and why, it could be a little stronger. First off, you have ultimate counterattack. If you have 3 or more energy, negate the attack, then play this card. Your opponent can't attack for the turn. If this card would be removed from your battle area, remove it from the game instead. If your leader card is mono blue, you can choose one other card in your hand and discard it instead of playing this card's energy cost when activating its counter skills from your hand. Now, why I really like this card is mono blue really, they had a few SCRs that could be used depending on the type of deck you have, but this card is just general good in any blue control deck. What I love about it is it literally, you have this in your hand, it stops your opponent cold from going all in. Because if they lay their big SCR, they're going for their big finisher, and then all of a sudden you turn around and you play this thing, it's going to mean a lot of trouble for your opponent. Now, obviously, there are some exceptions. You've got people say, yeah, but green can do this and blue can do... There's always going to be counters to certain SCRs, but for the most part, again, make sure you're looking at this critically. For the most part, this card is really going to adjust the way your opponent plays. Even if your opponent thinks you have this card in your hand, they're going to be cautious about going all in, because if all you can do is just turn around and just stop their turn cold and they're tapped out, next turn, this thing can be a 40k beat stick and you can go right at your opponent. Sure, the negatives. It doesn't have triple strike. It doesn't have any game-breaking effect where your opponent can't combo or they can't counter or activate blockers or to tap their energy or destroy their battle cards or what have you. Very true, but what this card does do is it really enhances control decks, and that's why I like it. I really enjoy how blue is going more in the direction of a control archetype compared to maybe some other colors where red would go towards a maybe more aggressive archetype and yellow goes more towards of a I'm going to shut you off from using this or shut you off from using certain abilities, and green just outright destroying things. So I really do like this blue SCR. Again, it'll even allows you to go all in because you can tap yourself out knowing that, oh, hey, I have this card in my hand. No matter what happens, my opponent's not going to be able to attack next turn. Again, there are exceptions. This card can be countered with the new Baby 5-drop that came out. There are that, I know some people are screaming across the screen, yeah, but then there's the yellow, there's the yellow for, cooler card that, you know, you tap 3, it counters, and, you know, this SCR can easily be countered. Absolutely, but the point is even if your opponent thinks that you have this card in your hand, they're going to turn around and play differently. And they may not tap out or play that big battle card this turn because they know they're going to need that 3 energy to counter this card, even if they think you have it in your hand. So, personally, I think this one is probably going to go for the most. Maybe not at first, but once people start seeing this card being used in tournaments and how big of an impact it's going to make, and I believe with mono blue decks, this card will be making an impact. I think the value of this card is going to go up very quickly. So I know I'm going to be picking one up as soon as I can, but that's kind of my guess for the SCR. But I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. Like I said, if I had to rank them, I would say this one number 1, Broly number 2, and then finally the Unison SCR, just because it's such in niche decks. I would put that one as number 3 for sure. So, thank you, fellow men and maniacs, for listening to the video. Next week I will have a deck profile video with updated set 11 goodies, which I'm looking forward to that, like now that we have set 11 fully revealed. I want to give a special thanks to Renee and Trent from TAC Games. Thank you guys so much for being Patreon supporters. And then also our other Patreon supporters who do not want to be mentioned by name. Thank you so much for being Patreon supporters. And please feel free, again, to reach out to me if there's a deck profile video, deck you'd like, if you want me to do a video over your deck, or if you just kind of want some advice on your deck, or just to give a friendly hello. You know, please reach out. You can reach out to our YouTube channel. You can reach out to our Metamaniacs page, or you can actually post on the Dragon Ball Super community discussion forum, Facebook forums. We can see your comments there as well. So thank you all so much for being viewers, and your wish has been granted, and have a great rest of your day or night, depending on when you're watching this.